The title is Vagrant Queen, of course, but it should be called Failing Upwards, How a Trash Comic Got Made into a Movie. What you people don't realize about those of us that review SJW propaganda comics is that we have to actually read them. There should be a PTSD support group for those traumatized by these garbage comics. I've been reading a lot of cringy NPC comics, a lot of them by mags. This one is being made into a show on Netflix or something, so congratulations. A couple of weird things I've noticed about Mag's books. I feel like I have read them before. It's because I have. Mags and I have read all the same original source material, and how shall I say it, Mag's work is very derivative. This book in particular will remind you of The Fifth Element and Star Wars. The protagonist is a combo of Princess Leia and Lando Calrissian. The opening scene, Han Solo is fleeing from the Empire Star Destroyer, but he gets boarded. Remember, even I get boarded. Then they go to the Fifth Element combo with Wretched Hum of Sky, Scum and Villainy. Lando Leia character meets up with the Jabba the Hutt character, effortlessly beats up the 400-pound Big Bird character, because girl power, yes, queen, slay. She pistol whips the bird and then beats him up and knocks him unconscious. Bird is, 300 or 400 pounds. She's 130 or 40 pounds. But girl power. Does this scene remind you of anything? If you've seen A New Hope, like you all should have seen A New Hope, it will, of course, remind you. Except for the bunny rabbit in this scene. That wasn't in the original. The Stanley No Prize goes to anyone who can name the proprietor of the cantina in The New Hope. Let's see. Wretched Hive of Scum and Villainy. Check. Pansexual Lando Leia meets up with Han Solo sans Wookiee. That look familiar? Yeah. This is the other lead character. A guy that looks suspiciously like Han Solo. Or at least the character from Spaceballs. I forget his name. He's only missing his Wookiee. They mention the Millennium Falcon, but in this ship, they in this comic they call it the Winnipeg. She steals it, so I'm not quite sure why he just doesn't. You know what? This scene when they said we don't serve droids here. What do droids eat and drink? Can we just end the droid discrimination? That scene never made a whole lot of sense to me. I mentioned the Millennium Falcon, a.k.a. the Winnipeg. She steals it, so not quite sure why he doesn't just steal it back. Anyway, the bar is pure Star Wars. May just as well have fun with it. Put the original jazz band in the background. The antagonist, the Darth Vader character, is, of course, a white guy who is hunting down the brown transsexual Lando Leia character. Han Solo tells Zerlandia that Vader has their ship, their mom. The scene reminds me of the scene in A New Hope where R2-D2 shows Luke the message from his sister. They explain that the Millennium Falcon plot device, they call it the Winnipeg, except in this version Lando Leia stole the ship. Kind of weird to make your character a thief. Then brown transsexual Lando Leia punches out Han Solo for no reason, but girl power or like punk rock or something. And the ending scene of A New Hope, where they escape from Vader's grasp, and they have to fight their way through the stormtroopers. Did any of this look familiar? This scene as they approach the ship, they board the Millennium Falcon through heavy stormtrooper fire. Yeah, you've seen it before if you've seen A New Hope. They escape, of course, but Darth Vader isn't worried because he probably has a tracker on it or something. The ship looks more like the ship from Spaceballs. That is not an exciting ship. It looks more like an RV. Anyway, the comic is very derivative of A New Hope. It's not exactly bad, but it feels like a low-budget fan flick. It's getting made into a film, thus the title Failing Upwards. Aren't these characters compelling? No, they're not. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below.